Hi Fire family, the Ivy Phoenix here again. Welcome back to my channel. This is a twin flame reading. I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. So I had a spread come across my attention as I was doing twin flame readings for some clients of mine this past week. And for a few of them, I only do 2 in any given day. And primarily I do them over weekends, but this last week I opened it up a little bit, and yeah, so I had 8. I had 8 that I did. I have 4 more in my queue to complete before the weekend is over. But I had cards just coming out right away. I mean, after cutting, cleansing my deck and things like that, I had cards coming out. And energy that's going on in the world right now definitely plays a part into anybody's environment. But I don't know why I never thought about that before. So as far as I know, this spread, I haven't seen it for anybody else that I follow or watch or anything like that. So as of right now, beginning of March, this is mine. I have not given it an official name yet, but once I do, I think I will be using this for right now going forward. But how I'm breaking it down, I have the mystical or the energy first. Then I am going to have the head space, the heart space, a glimpse into the current situation, and then what is not being said, shown, what is going on the dark side of things. So this reading will fit both divine masculines or feminines, runner, chasers, whatever labels you all want to give it. You all know that I'm switching to saying more counterpart because I want to get rid of the labels. And as we know, because twin flames, we're mirrors, what one is going through, the other one is, will, whatever, go through as well. So this is going to work just as a one-stop shop for both sides of the twin flame connection. So I've already gotten the mystical cards because even though they come out right away, there's usually a lot of them. This did not surprise me. There are 6. And I used the Psychic Tarot by James Holland to pull that energy. What I'm going to use next for the head space, the heart space blocks is going to be the vice versa deck. Then for the current situation, I'm going to use the wisdom of the oracle cards. Okay. Headspace, and that definitely that's heart space. And then for the dark side, I'm going to use the Energy Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. So now I have my mystical cards. I have the head and heart space. Let us get into a glimpse into the current situation. Hopefully I do remember to timestamp these type of videos going forward. But if I don't, you guys please feel free to do so as well, and I will pin it to the top of the comments. Current situation, please. Oh, okay. Current situation for the twin flame collective. Thank you. I just got done doing my full moon and Virgo energy read on Facebook and Instagram Live. Okay. All right. side, please. Shoot, I'll get that later. So if you aren't a part of the fire family on those fronts, go ahead and join, y'all. Go ahead and join. All that information is down in the description box below. What's not being said? Done. Dark side. What's not being said? Ooh, okay, what's not being said? Yeah, I think maybe going forward I might have all of these out for the most part, but I mean we're at going on 6.5 minutes, so not too bad. It's not being said. Well, for some of you it may be a lot that's not being said because the cards aren't okay. Yep. Oh shoot. Let's get one more. Oh, shit. Well, how funny is that? There's 7. Okay. All right. And if I need to clarify, I have a clarifying deck too. But we now have all of the cards. So let's get started, you all. Mystical energy. First card that came out was balance. The number 11. It's one major arcana, right? We then have shadow, 18. Destiny. So this is the Libra card and the Pisces card. Justice. The Moon. Wheel of Fortune. Right? 3 major arcanas as the first 3 cards. Next, we have 2 of Cups, spiritual union. Then we have Hope, Star card. And then we have 3 of Swords, heartache and loss. So, the bottom of this deck is the 3rd eye chakra. The 6th chakra. So what I'm seeing here, there's still an ascension process going on. Ooh, sorry. There's still an ascension process going on between the counterparts, where I'm still feeling like much of the communication is happening in, dreams, telepathically, spiritually versus physically. Why is that? Let's just throw the signs out of the equation. With the star card here, definitely could be an Aquarius as well for some of you, but let's just throw all that out. And I'm going to deconstruct this a little bit. First, let's just call it the obvious. 2 of Cups, spiritual union, twin flame energy. We know that. Don't really need to speak on that too much more. Outside of the fact that the ascension process is understanding that the union is what it is. The situation, the relationship is what it is. But I feel like divine timing is definitely coming into play here. Now, from what I have seen, read, with cards, observed in my own connection, is whatever happened with the new moon in Aquarius, all the way up until, I would even say, the end of the month. And I'm itching like crazy, you guys. I'm saying up until the end of the month because of the fact that it wasn't until, right now that we're getting this full moon. So we've been riding the waves of the new moon for about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. And whatever that was, I feel like really kicked off these things. Kicked off the connection, understanding the connection, and the Wheel of Fortune finally turning. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune, for the twins that I'm speaking to right now, really kicked off this third eye activation. I'm itching in the same spot. Really kicked off this third eye activation, really kicked off understanding what the union was, and really kicked off the Wheel of Fortune finally moving continuously. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is always moving, but there are times when it really slows down. So what's going on? What's going on? 4 major arcanas. Do you guys understand how critical and crucial and monumental that is for this energy moving? I do really feel like this card has to do with the Aquarius new moon. All right. I feel like what came from that is this period of justice, this illumination from the moon itself, and dealing with this. Dealing with the heartache and the loss. I feel like some counterparts may think that the connection just is not going to happen. That breaks their heart. They think that they lost out. I feel like some counterparts are really dealing with the things that they have done to produce this mental energy, being stuck in this place. I feel like a lot of counterparts are just healing, because I do foresee that the 3 of Swords is a healing card. It's something that has already happened. So what else can you do from that energy? You can choose to be stuck in it. You absolutely can. But I feel like this individual, she looks like she's ready to move on. And I'm saying that because her eye is looking forward. She's not looking down. It seems like in this place, her head is coming up. That's what I'm feeling from seeing this. So this could definitely be a healing card. With this shadow side, the moon, it illuminates the darker aspects of things, right? It's not like the sun where it illuminates all. And I was just speaking about this in the energy read that I did. But it's not like the sun where it illuminates everything. It shines a light on everything, where it gives even this blooming power, because what I'm seeing visually is just springtime, flowers usually bloom only in the sun. They're and in the moon time is when they rest. I'm looking, and I'm not looking, but I'm seeing in my mind's eye where flowers close for the evening, like they know it's resting time. It's time for us to wait until the sun comes back out, and we can, open and embrace the warmth that's coming in. I feel the moon always illuminates what we don't want to see, what we don't want to deal with. And now that we are here with the full moon in Virgo, its energy is coming because it is time to do this. It is time to finally deal with the things that we don't want to deal with. And usually, more times than not, the moon card is a full moon, not a new moon. but a full moon. And then last but not least, with this balance card here, with justice here, it's these situations, with it healing, with it being a period of moving on, you know, justice is going to present itself. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, y'all. The card fell on the floor. Justice is going to finally present itself. Balance. The situation, the connection is going to be in a state of balance. All right. So what shows up in the headspace? The Eight of Swords. Mental energy at its fullest, no? What is going on? Oof. Cards keep falling on the floor. Now, I love the vice versa deck because it shows you two aspects. Here, I feel like the individual is more at peace with being in this mental space. But here, the way that it came out, we're seeing that she definitely has a route to free herself. I mean, you have a sharp sword right behind you, where if you just jiggle those ropes a little bit, you could probably break one of them free and then eventually break your entire self free. You also have an eagle here. So you're close to civilization. You know, like you're not so far removed where you're by yourself. You have this spirit, this being that's right there that if you called on them, they could even come and help you out. Right? So here, in comparison with the energy and where things are, by doing maybe this healing work that needs to happen, we are in Pisces season as well. We have the full moon that's here. By doing the healing that needs to be done, you're going to be able to free yourself. I'm also getting that by freeing yourself, you'll know when you're free, when you can say you can move on with or without your counterpart. I feel like a lot of you are not going to like that being said. I don't like saying it because let me tell you, I miss my counterpart. I sat on the floor late last night when I could not sleep because all I wanted was them to be right next to me. All I wanted was to hear their voice. All I wanted was to just be in their presence. But what did I pray about? I prayed about continuing to move forward no matter what, because I now know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm going to be okay regardless. And I feel like for a lot of twin flame relationships out of there, those of you that are in separation, you know, those of you that may not have even met your twin yet, although I'm feeling like I'm speaking to those who have met or know who their twin is. For those of you out there. For those of you out there. You will know when you have freed yourself, when you are perfectly fine being with them or not. They don't stop the show. Because inevitably, the reason why we are on this journey in the first place, yes, at the end of the day, it is to come together, to join forces, to elevate humanity. I firmly believe that. I do. But in the midst of that, we are supposed to be strengthening ourselves. We signed up for this journey for self-improvement first, then collective evolution. You'll know when you freed yourself, when you are okay with or without them. So let's go into the heart space. 5 of Wands. I think some of you are fighting the realization on this. Now, other side of the deck, you're going right into the fight. You know, you're going into the dark side of things. You're going into the midst of the conflict. All right, but here, there's lights. There's a way out. There's a way out if you so choose. If you choose. What's getting me about this card as well is there is a sense of peace. There is. Compared to this side of things, there's a sense of peace here. There's a sense of, okay, you know, like here it seems like we can battle and be in conflict about this all day long. We could. But here, nah. Here, no. I can release myself. So it seems as if the heart and the mind energies are also coming into alignment. I think a lot of you have been doing magnificent work. Magnificent work. So much so that the fight is over. This was at the bottom of the deck. Victory. Triumph. All of that fighting. All of the conflict, the mental struggle. You all, it may seem like it was for nothing, but there's a purpose. There's a purpose in it. So, I don't think I need to clarify any of that. So what's going on? Current situation. What, how is this flowing in to whoever's watching this, your counterpart's life right now? They're recognizing that it's time for a break. Another 6. We have third eye chakra here. Just trying to look at this numerically. I mean, with the Hope card, we come up to another 8. So those are the only repetitive numbers. Now is 6 and 8. But they're recognizing that it's time for a break. This could also be you. the obsessing, the watching tons and tons of twin flame readings, setting expectations, wondering when, how, just all of those questions, all of the stuff that's kept you with this heavy, energy, taking very brash actions. It's just time to take a step back and understand as well that if you are not working on yourself, if you are not doing what is necessary for you, union won't happen regardless. There's only one way that union happens, and it is when you both are vibrating on the same frequency level. And to make it a successful union, you both need to be vibrating at the highest possible level. So, from what's being seen thus far, it's just a need to let go. It's a need to let go. And that's getting to me, y'all. It is. Because who wants to do that, right? Well, the answer to your question, it just doesn't matter. Separation is an illusion. We know this. Why? We have loyal hearts. Another 8. So that's 3 8s, right? 8 times 3 is 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 8s and 6s are going to be prevalent so far, you all. So we've gotten through the energy. We've gotten through head space. We've gotten through heart space. So a ton of cards came out when it comes to what's not being said, what's happening in the dark, shadowy side of things. And then, oh, look at what was on the bottom of that deck. Rest and rejuvenation. 22 falls aligned with everything, right? And I was just being nosy. And then under that is happy family. So for some of you who have done the necessary work, who have healed, and healing is a continuous process, dealing with those childhood issues, dealing with what has transpired as you've gotten older, all of that. It's a continuous process. And as you continuously work through it, but on the other side of taking the break, on the other side of truly releasing, which is what this full moon in Virgo is all about. Now, full moons, that's the nature of the game anyway, is to release. But Virgos themselves, a part of their life purpose is to be able to learn how to let go. Just learn how to let go. So the energy right now is all about releasing and letting go. It's all about releasing and letting go. And I keep getting on the verge of tears. So I feel like this is going to be very difficult for a lot of you. I said, yes, it's getting to me. Because who wants to make that conscious choice to walk away from something that means so much to them? But you're not really disconnected. It's just right now in the physical world of things. This connection has a huge transformation to go through. The first card that came out The Temple Path. This card for me in this deck has to deal with spirituality. It had a choice on spirituality. You know, it's lanterns here, but they can be considered orbs. I mean, we do see orbs in this card, but what really gets me is, one, the temple, the stairs that have to be taken, but two, the path that's here, that's laid before you. And it reminds me of the yellow brick road in The Wizard of Oz. You know, when Dorothy finally started to walk on it, she started from smack dab in the middle. And although she was following the yellow brick, there was another color that was there. Who knows where that would have led? And this here, we see the stone and we see the grass, which they would both eventually have to lead to something different. But let's just say you're taking the path in and you're coming up to this temple. You're coming to the realization of perhaps in this life, this connection, this is the second 3 as well, and I'm seeing that from how I just laid the cards down. With the heartache and loss, the 3 of swords, we now have 3 here. But you're coming to the realization of how much this has had on you ascending to another level. For some of you, perhaps that is the purpose right now. And understanding where the connection is for what it is right now may be difficult. Letting go is a difficult process. Letting go of something that you have spent tons of time thinking about, crying about, feeling about, speaking about, watching, learning about. You have a connection to the journey of the connection. But there's something, it's not even detaching. There's something about this where it's just time to rest, to put it to the side. And that's caused me to look back at the 6 of Wands card, where maybe by doing that, maybe by taking the step to relax and to let this go, that is when more unions will take place. The next card that came out, Storm Warning, 10-1. It's not going to be easy making this decision. In fact, it could also be heartbreaking. The heart chakra. I'm sorry, yes, the heart chakra. No. Throat. Why was I thinking this was heart? But it may be heartbreaking because you're still I'm sorry, y'all. 3 and 9, 12, another 3. There's an element of, the channeling I just got makes sense. There is an element of the union that you would like to heal, that many of you may like to heal. And because you have to release it, you may feel a blockage in this area, being able to speak your truth, being able to speak about something that you are not supposed to necessarily have an active part in anymore from a physical standpoint, where now this is really just going to be on a spiritual level, because you can't break the connection. You can't break the connection. You can't break the connection. But from a physical standpoint, placing all these parameters on, you know, who, what, when, where, how, why, it has to stop. It has to stop. And perhaps because of that, and this feels like it's more internal than maybe necessarily anything happening. But because that happens, you know, you close off being able to speak the truth. This feels more of a trapped card, envy. It's another 2. Envy is an element of, oh, you know, somebody has what I want. But understanding that if you are going to feel trapped in this type of energy, you are also going to delay the union. This is lower vibrational energy, which I'm feeling is coming across from these cards here. I feel like it's coming across because of this internal battle. Because why am I going to speak on something that I can't have right now, that I can't have right now in my own life? But what you need to do is trust your intuition. Did we just get the sixth chakra again? Look at that. Trust in your manifestation. Trust in the manifestation. Trust in your insight. Trust in the thought process. Trust in what you know. And if you make the decision to go this route, right? If you make this choice, because free will may not do it, all of this may be too much for you because this is already hard enough, right? And now you're sitting up here telling me, Tip, that we have to make this choice to break the mold on the earthly plane to possibly get union on the other side. But don't do it because you may possibly get union on the other side. Do it because you trust the process, because you know you have faith, patience. This looks very similar to balance. Ooh, there we go. Trust. And then look what comes out at the end. What comes out at the end is there's a heart being presented to you. So, I hope that makes sense. All right. We have the energy that's transpiring. We have the mental and the emotional spaces. We had what is going on situation-wise in the real world that could provide some type of explanation to all of this. And the why. The why. The what's not being said. Because none of these energies are necessarily speaking to it. I mean, we have full confirmation that there's not going to be any talk. This is all being dealt with. spiritually, right? Patience, faith, making sure to be vibrating high. And it looks like this is even stages coming to, okay, we can't break the connection. There's just something spiritual there. But oh man, it's hard to deal with all of this. I mean, how can I continue to talk about this if I can't even do what I was doing? And look at the people that are in union right now, or look at those who are sitting there getting married and having families and doing all this stuff with the loved ones. I want that. Oh, but I know. I just need to be patient. I just need to be patient. I'm cool no matter what happens. I release, I let go. Boom. Comes right in. And that's legitimately how they all came out when I shuffled. So that's what I have for you, fellow twins. Oops. Put that in the wrong deck. Where are these? Oh, right here. That's what I have for you, twins. I'm feeling like I will have another reading for us once this full moon energy has died down. Again, if you, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you are not a part of the Fire Family on Facebook or Instagram, please know that I do something different on all my platforms. So here, these are my actual videos, whether for twin flames or per sign individually. Facebook houses all of my energy reads, so the astral movements, things of that nature. Instagram houses more of my one-off, simple, quick reads. So everything has something different. So please make sure to, I think I did say it. I think I did. And I said that everything is down in the description box below. But make sure to join me on those fronts. Like, share, comment. You guys, you never cease to put me into a place of awe with your stories and how much you let me in to what is going on in your world. And I don't have time to get back to everyone, but I read every comment. I read every single email that you all send me, because I say this a lot. Guides need guidance too. Us on this side, the good vibes and the energy that you all send to us, it lets us know that the messages that we get have meaning, but it's bigger than that. At least for me, it's way bigger than that. To know how much we are just all like each other, going through very similar things, to be able to feed off of the power of each other. And I say positive power too, because I don't deal with negativity on my channel. I just don't. There's no space for it. But to feed off of the extraordinary power that each of you have, that you send my way, that you tell me about, that you share, what you even put down in the comments so that other people can relate to you. It's a beautiful thing. So twins, if this was for you, you're not alone. So you don't need to go through this alone. May not be with your counterpart if you make that choice at this time. So that may mean, totally cutting off communication if you are speaking with them despite you two being separated. Whatever it is, I'm not going to walk down the road of all those different types of scenarios. But you don't have to be alone going through this. And if what I'm seeing is accurate, it's not going to be long, you guys. It's not going to be long. This may be the catalyst that is needed to have the union actually spark. So I will see you all again very, very soon. Love and light. Mwah. Be blessed.